Hello, everyone. My name is Leslie Jackson, and in November of 2016, I gave birth to 24-week twin boys. Their names are Elijah and Xavier Jackson. I would first like to welcome you to our NICU. It's a magical place where so many memories and so many miracles happen here. For those, I know this is probably the hardest thing you've ever had to do in life, but trust me, you can do it. Celebrate, 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 and stay positive. Celebrate everything, whether it be a bath, whether it be a bottle, whether it be moving from the conventional ventilator to the CPAP. Celebrate. We celebrated everything with our kids, made so many memories, and our nurses and our doctors and our medical staff, they were amazing in supporting us. We just want you to know that you do have support. We're here for you for whatever you need, whatever emotional roller coaster you're going on. If you're angry or upset, it's okay. We're here. I would like to share my story with you. I went into preterm labor on November 7th of 2016, which is our 1 month anniversary for my husband and I. We had just gotten married. When I got here to MUSC, I stayed on bed rest for about 2 weeks, and then I gave birth to Eli and Xavier on November 16th. It was extremely hard. I was excited, scared, sad, but when I saw them for the first time after I had them, it was amazing. My heart exploded, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get these kids out of the hospital. I promised them that. I struggled with guilt just because I felt like my body had let them down and they had to come early. So with that, I decided to use positive energy and just dig deep and do everything I could to help get my boys home and support them as much as possible. Eli was in the hospital here at MUSC for 5 months. He had a case of chronic lung disease, which was kind of severe, but kind of mild too. He started off on the conventional ventilator, then moved to the CPAP, oxygen, and then room air. After he got to room air, we were able to dress him up in cute clothes and, try to be somewhat normal. He made it home in April of 2017, and it was wonderful. He came home with the G-tube, which is a feeding tube, which was fine because that was the only thing keeping him in was learning how to eat. Since he was, born so early, he didn't get that chance to kind of learn and being on ventilators. Xavier unfortunately had a very severe case of chronic lung disease called BPD. He was in the hospital here at MUSC for 342 days. He struggled on ventilator after ventilator after ventilator after ventilator. He would occasionally make it to the CPAP, but his lungs just were not strong enough to sustain. So eventually he ended up going back on the conventional or the jet or the oscillator. In April of 2017, a trach was placed in his neck, and it was probably one of the hardest things I had to come to terms with. I didn't want him to have to get a trach or anything like that. I felt like I could rehab him as much as I could, but unfortunately I couldn't. So with our amazing doctors and our medical teams, we came up with a plan to get Xavier as recovered as we could. Once he got the trach and the ventilator, he also got a G-tube. He moved from the NICU to the PICU, and then after that to 7C and home. Once home, it was a struggle. It was hard to kind of figure life out with a child on the ventilator, and then you have another child that's doing pretty well. It was hard to balance out, celebrations and things like that, because Eli was meeting milestones so quickly versus poor Xavier that had been in the hospital for so long. Eli was on the verge of crawling when Xavier came home, and Xavier couldn't even hold his head up. So through PT and support and doctors, nurses, everyone supporting us, me supporting my child, my husband supporting my child, he got there. Last year, in August of 2019, he had airway reconstruction surgery here at MUSC and made a tremendous recovery. It was amazing. So with this, I just want you to know that just because your child is in the NICU does not mean you did anything wrong or anything like that. I know a lot of times parents go through a whole lot of guilt. I did. I still do at times. But I have to remind myself, I have 2 miracles here. They're here, they're thriving, they're great, they're happy. So I am happy too. We are very blessed to have MUSC and their doctors and nurses to support us along the way. I want you to know that you have our support also. You have my support. You can get through this. Try not to be too guilty, If you need to cry, cry. If you're angry, angry. There's no right or wrong way to deal with a situation like this, depending on how severe, mild, or not. I know it pulls on your heartstrings, but you can do it. Wake up every day and be positive as you can. Even though it may be a struggle, even though your baby may be doing awful today, it's okay. It's going to be okay. We're here for you. So while your stay is here, I would just one more time like to welcome you here to MUSC's NICU, where miracles happen. I hope you have a great day. Thank you.